Sweet. Yes.
I'm down Napoleon. He's got moves, you ain't got none of it. Tough enough to be your bodyguard. Had a showdown and hit Kip real hard. Tetherball King. Uncle Alaska, Honey Wolverine. Tina, Lottie, Fat. You got skills when you dance like that.
What?
This one gang kept wanting me to join because I'm pretty good with the bow staff.
Yes. Yes. Dang.
Kipper D on the time machine. Nunchuck Boney, computer hacking. D on the tent, going Kip into town. Get a haircut at the Cotton Corral. A Greco at the pad eating all the food. D's got a government ninja moves. Need a translator here what Lyle said. Pedro off the shoe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the usual. It is Wood. I am here with Keith.
So what you saying?
So let me tell you what we're saying tonight. I'm going to start us off real quick. Guys, we've had a lot of inquiries on these new shot glasses. We posted those. We got this shipment of shot glasses in, guys. If you want to get those, head over to our Facebook or our website. Our Facebook.com/SoWhutChuSayin or our website at SoWhutChuSayin.wixsite.com/podcast. I'll put the links in the podcast, but head over there, check them out. Check out these shot glasses. You can't listen to us without a Snaggles, right?
I agree. And what I've learned is a lot of our friends and people who know us personally are some freeloading motherfuckers. Because all I got is, I want a shot glass. Give me a shot glass. I'm going to tell you right now on record, all right? The only person that's getting a free shot glass is Snaggles himself. The rest of you guys can eat a dick. Go on the website and buy a fucking shot glass. Quit being so fucking cheap. All right, you come out here, we tickle your balls and jiggle your titties every week. You laugh, you have a good time. Those who know us, those who don't know, go to the damn website and get yourself a shot glass, man.
Right. Just shoot us a message. We'll get it to you. Not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal. What's hot is that song that you played at the beginning of this is Debbie Deb When I Hear Music. That's a sample, but that came from one of our frequent listeners, one of our longtime listeners. Jamathan is what I'm going to call him. Jamesy. Right? And that leaves the emails. It says, he always names them, so let's get to it. Keith and Wood, 2 podcasts for the price of 1. Hells yeah. It was great getting 2 episodes back to back. Thanks for that. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. I've always said my number 1 movie is The Usual Suspects. Most people haven't heard of it, and I find it hard to believe. I thought everybody heard of that movie.
No, there's a lot of people don't know about that. It's surprisingly enough. As good as that show is, it didn't make a whole lot of waves when it came out.
If you've never seen the movie, but you're a Jay-Z fan, watch the movie, because in the Jay-Z video, You Belong to the City will make a lot more sense.
Right.
Most people haven't heard of it, so it was great hearing Diego throw it out. I was surprised Diego didn't mention Fight Club, another reinforcement of his argument that Brad Pitt is a show stealer. Napoleon Dynamite is also in my top 10 due to what they did with a small budget. I've included an MP3 recording by the infamous rapper White Boy Jamie. So that's what it's called. The album's called Pants Off. He got 2 for 1 right there. Yeah, that's funny. Circa 2006. If you like ND, the song should give you a few laughs. It's meant to be funny. Don't judge me. Feel free to share it with Diego. We're going to share it with all our listeners.
Yep.
And thank him for the episode. I laughed when Diego said he was typecast as a big black man. Isn't that what he is? I was in a movie once, aired on Lifetime, which means I've probably seen it. Mm-hmm. I was cast as a skinny white doorman. What the fuck? I wanted the part of the hot guy or at least the bartender. Jamie. That guy, man, he's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like him. Next one is, hey, Wooden Keith Jr. checking in from New York. That's always for you. Where it's been snowing all month, it seems. I agree with you guys. Snowflakes have to repeat themselves. I was just thinking about that as I was watching it snow. The end. Thank you.
Wow, he went way back there. That's one of our first episodes, man.
A lot of the emails. So now we're on the iTunes, we're on the iHeart, all that other shit. Right. So a lot of people are finding the old episodes. So we had a lot of emails with old shit on it.
Yeah.
Michelle, I think this is Michelle. I attempted to make pineapple cake using a family recipe I got from my sister over the phone because we live in different states. The next day she called to ask how it turned out. I told her it was as bad as period sex. After her disgust, she laughed and told me not to say no more. She got the picture. Period sex is the perfect description for something usually good, but turns out messy or disgusting. Thanks for that. So there's another blast in the past right there. And then we got a bunch of stuff on how'd my dog turn out. And we'll get to that, so I'm not going to read all those emails. But thanks for the concern of the dog. I'll give you guys an update. That's the end of the emails right there, Woodrow.
All right, man. So I guess I already hit our... So, okay, I learned this. Not really a lesson learned, but this is something that I found interesting. Kind of off topic of a lot of things. Do you know what the average life of a rabbit is?
I'm going to go 7 years.
Okay, it's about that. So, hey, average life of a dog.
Yeah, we went over this. I mean, the bigger the dog, the shorter the life. So you can go from, I go 8 to 15 years.
Yes, that's right. Average age of a turtle or tortoise.
110.
Pretty dang close. 150 years. Average age of a human being.
Well, human beings weren't featured on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, which I used to watch when I was a kid, so I have no idea. Guess, I don't know, 76.
Okay, good enough. My point is, if you want to live to be old, apparently you have to live in a cave or in a shell and do nothing your entire life.
I wonder if it's things with lower metabolisms. How long does a sloth live? What the fuck you been watching, by the way?
Okay, let me tell you why I came across this. This is going to lead me into my next. We got these shot glasses, right? So, You hear that?
Warriors, come out to play.
Sometimes when I get a little snaggly, I'm using that as a phrase now.
It's a verb?
Yeah.
It's a verb now?
Too many. I look up random things, and that's what I came across. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but other than snaggles, because it makes me do strange things. What is snaggles tonight, by the way?
I'm on that Jack Daniels honey. Yeah, that's what I'm on tonight. And these are actually my first drinks of the week. Now, I was meaning to drink last night. I went and did something else, but I found out that adults now invite people to parties on Facebook, which I really don't partake in. So I had plans on top of plans, and I couldn't shake the other ones. So I missed some party that I wanted to go to, but I guess they invite on Facebook as opposed to calling somebody when you have their number. So, if you're doing that, I probably won't show.
Yeah, well,
Call me.
That's the way we just had this discussion, I think. You talked about someone says, oh, here's my number. You're looking for a pen. Well, you just put it in your phone. Now It's social media. The only way to find out about what's going on is apparently via social media, because we can't talk to each other anymore. We can't sit down and have a discussion.
And the funny part about it is I saw the motherfucker that was having the get together. I saw his ass. Right? Nothing. I saw his ass. And he didn't say nothing. So I don't know if, mentally he reverted back to what? This is a 16-year-old girl?
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's he's of my age. He should have said, hey, blah, blah, blah. This is popping off. Let's go. So whatever, man. But that's why I didn't make it.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Something that is interesting that it's been beat to death, but I'm going to talk about it again. Who's the 16 seed school that just beat Virginia in this year's NCAA? It's never happened before. Yeah. University of Baltimore, Maryland is like UBMC, something like that?
Or UBM or something like that, yeah.
How much notoriety did they get by doing that? First school to ever do it.
Oh, a ton.
How many athletes are they going to get now? Not the one and done athletes, but they're going to get athletes now.
Yeah, they will. I bet their next couple of seasons they do pretty good. Yeah.
How's that coach look now? Oh, that coach looks pretty damn good, right? Mm-hmm. He'll probably get another level job. Maybe he could go and coach at, I don't know, UTEP, or he can coach at UC Santa Barbara. He can move up a little bit, right? Uh-huh. So the school's making all this money. They got known. They're going to get enrollments. They got the bragging rights. History is on their side because they're the first ones ever to do that. But still, these kids get no money. I just don't understand that. They say, well, they get a free education. Well, I mean, so is everybody else that is playing on either the chess club or the band. Right. Or the other sports or activities where they're not selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
I've paid tickets to go see the NCAA. I've never paid one dime to go see the marching band.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? See some kid play a tuba.
Right.
It's not equal.
And then there's these schools like the big football schools, right? I mean, Alabama, for example, huge football school, right? Now,
right?
If I'm not mistaken, their team did make it to the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. And but when you think of Alabama, you don't think of basketball, you think of football. But
football.
They put these kids through. Now, granted, they're maybe getting an education, but probably not. So some of them are 1 and done, 2 and done, and that's it. And is it any surprise? So if I'm an athlete and say I don't do so well in school, so my plan is not to go there to get an education, to go higher and better, but I'm going there to hopefully make some money in the next level. I get injured, something happens, I don't. Now I can't finish school. Now I can't go to the pros. But someone's kicking me some money on the side?
Right.
You know?
Because they make so much money off you. Yeah. And it was a guy, Ed O'Bannon, guys look it up, he used to play for UCLA. He went to the NCAA video game, and there was his likeness and image, and he's selling cars for a living. He was like, yo, what the fuck? And he sued the NCAA. I don't know how that played out, but yo, it's fucked up, man.
Well, I think that for a while they didn't they used to have like the athletes' names on the back of jerseys, and now they can't do that?
Yeah, in that game, because that's who you would pick to beat.
Yeah, now, you know what? If you're going to use my name, my likeness, you're going to use me for that matter, and you're making money, I want some of that.
Pay me, motherfucker.
I want some of that.
My last college basketball thing is, how the hell does Duke continue to find white guys that can play ball, but also annoy the shit out of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go all the way back to Danny Ferry. Oh. Danny Ferry was an annoying motherfucker. Right? Could ball. Made the league, played for a while. He's a general manager for one of these teams. Then they had Bobby Hurley. Bobby Hurley really didn't annoy you, but who they had beside Bobby Hurley was fucking Christian Laettner. And everybody hates Christian Laettner. They even done documentaries on that shit.
And it's even called Everybody Hates Christian Laettner.
Everybody hates Christian Laettner. And you go from Christian Laettner to who? J.J. Redick, another person. You fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Now you got this fucking cocksucker, the nut kicker, Grayson Allen. Just to look in his face, he just needs to be fucking punched in the neck, man. You know what I mean? He just has that look about him, and I'm so glad Duke lost tonight, man.
So I was torn here, and let me tell you why. Not because I like Duke. Don't get me wrong.
I know why you were torn.
Yeah.
I know why you were torn.
Yeah. So I think our last podcast was we talked about. So I have actually two brackets going. And one of them I had Kansas winning. The other one I had Duke winning. The one that meant the most financially, Kansas needed to win, so I'm okay with it. The other one where my pride and my, I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
Duke needed to win.
And I saw that, and I was so damn happy, but I'm still light years behind you in terms of catching up. All right, let's get to the dog aftermath.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about that.
So I take his ass in last week. I take him to get his foot surgery. I take him at 9 o'clock in the morning. They tell me to be back at 3. I show up at 3. Now, this dog weighs 110 pounds. Keep that in mind while I tell you this story. I go to pick him up. They go to get him. He comes out. He looks like a punch-drunk boxer. I think he could have stayed there probably 3 more hours to let the drugs wear off. He's got one person. They got a towel wrapped under his front arms, and they're holding him, walking him, and another person with a towel under his back legs, walking him. So they're basically puppeting him out to me. He's like a puppet on, strings and shit, and they're walking him out. And I'm calling him, and he's looking at me, and I swear his eyes are going every other way. He looks drunk.
Yeah.
So I get there, and they got him all wrapped up, man. And I'm like, how am I going to get this dog home? Long story short, I got to pick him up to put him in the car like a scene from Saving Private Ryan. You know what I mean? And his head is just bouncing all over. I lay the front seat back in the car. I put him in the car, and he just sits there with his head down on the floor the whole time. I get him home. Oh, let me back up. They tell me on this rap, don't get it wet. What's it been doing for the past 6 days, Wood?
Yeah, raining and snowing.
Raining and snowing. Don't get it wet. So we get him here. Me and my girl, we take a plastic bag. We wrap it around his foot. We take him out, and he's good. We're giving him pills, which is another story into itself. I'll tell you about that. So we're getting him outside, and he keeps trying to take it off, and he's got that big cone on his head, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a character out of Men in Black, and he's walking around. He's walking in there every day. Everything, for these couple of days, he's just bumping and everything, knocking everything over. We got a chest set, knocks that over, damn, it falls down the stairs, But he's got these meds he's got to take.
Yeah.
He's got 6 pills he's got to take a day, and then 1 in the morning. So he got 7 pills he's got to take every day.
Yeah.
This one that he takes by itself is chewable. That one's fine. The other ones, these ones, you got to feed him to him, either shoot him down his throat, which isn't working, or you got to, my wife figured out, you got to wrap it in meat. So we got this lunch meat in there, right? And she's using the lunch meat to feed it to the dogs. Well, she gives one dog the lunch meat. She's got to give it to the other dog because fair is fair.
Right, yeah, because if not, they have them staring at you for the next 15 minutes.
So I buy this pack of lunch meat, and I'm downstairs, and I come upstairs, and I'm going to make myself a sandwich. There's no lunch meat because the dogs are eating it all. I'm like, where the hell is the lunch meat? I had to give the dogs the pills. How much lunch meat are you giving these damn dogs, man? You giving it to them by the handful? You giving them pounds of lunch meat that I pay for? Again, no pockets, right? So that's going on his meter as well.
Well, you know what? You know what I found with dogs, and when you do it in lunch meat, whenever I've had to give my dogs pills, I always put it in a hot dog. So I take a piece of a hot dog and I put it in there. Because what I found, those crafty little bastards can unwrap the meat, take the pill out, swallow the meat, and spit the pill back out on the floor. And then I'm using another piece of meat. So now I can sympathize if she's trying to feed one dog just pills. He's probably done that a few times. So you're losing a pack of meat in a day because he's, 1, it's 6 pills, and 2, he's probably crafty.
I take the pills, I open his big pit bull mouth, I throw him down the back of his throat, I hold his mouth shut, and I blow in his nose and pray that he swallows them. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And what I also learned is that these damn capsules that they give him the pills in dissolve really quick. So when it doesn't work, he spits them out, and it's like somebody gave a blowjob to a chalk eraser. You know what I mean? Because he, poof, and all the smoke comes out, So his follow-up's tomorrow. He makes it almost a week without taking the damn bandage off his foot. Tonight we're watching a movie, and I send him out the room because he's getting on my nerves. Mm-hmm. And after we're done with the movie, my girl's like, I wonder if he took that thing off his foot. Sure enough, he did. So we had to rewrap it because he can't get it wet. And so her and I are rewrapping it. So he's got duct tape from hell to breakfast all over him. And the doctor's going to be like, I don't know what the hell you did to this guy. But that's where we're at with the dog. You guys saw the picture. We didn't Kuta Kinte his foot. It's still attached.
I was just going to ask if he's got a foot.
No, so when I dropped him off, I told the doctor, I said, look, man, don't cut his foot off. If you got to do something like that, let me know. Oh, yeah, we won't cut his foot off. And even when I went to go get him, you know how some people are. You get things lost in translation. Even though I told the fucking doctor, right? So when he walked out with 4 legs, I was happy with that. And it seems to be okay. But he's got staples and stitches and shit. He's all fucked up, man.
Yeah, he might have been better. You mentioned, maybe you did, or at least I perceived that you did. A punch drunk. Geez, who's punch drunk? Boxer, as it came out. Did you see? There was an MMA fight that happened. I think it was yesterday or last night. So these two guys are fighting. Dude, so it's a white guy and a black guy, and the white guy takes the black guy down, and as he's going down on him and he's hitting him, the white guy comes down and hits the black guy's shin, and it knocks him out. Cold.
He hit it. Oh, his face hits the black guy's shin?
Yeah, and it knocks him out. So, knockout, right?
Right.
Black guy wins, gets up, jumps on his back, and does a front flip off of him. And then gets disqualified and loses after winning.
Why would you do some dumb shit like that? You're getting your ass kicked in the first place.
I don't know, man. And then he was pissed off and argued about losing or forfeiting the fight because he did that. And his argument was, well, they never called the fight off. Well, dude's unconscious.
Common sense should tell you.
Yeah, we may or may not have a special guest coming up that can give us a little insight on that, on whether or not if someone's knocked out, if it's over, if they have to officially call it over. But I just thought, what are you doing, dude?
You would think common courtesy, because you're not trying to kill anybody. I'm not trying to get a body on me. I'm just trying to win a fight.
And these aren't these. You see some of these guys that they're a little lighter. The 170, 180, however much. No, these are the big boys that are 200 plus pounds.
Don't want to get hit by that.
Double-footed jump flipped off of his back.
Yeah, that's tacky, man. His trainer should have came in and beat the shit out of that guy, man. Where's the ass kicking? Did you see that one? I think it was Kansas and Nebraska, that high school basketball game where the guy went up to dunk it and the other guy pushed him.
Yeah, just shoved him right in the back. Yeah,
you saw that. My question on that was, where were his teammates at? People need their asses kicked, man. It's a different time.
I watched it over and part of it, I think some people were kind of in shock. Like, did that happen? And then. It's a fast break, so his team's behind, so I don't know how much they saw. But, yeah, you do that to my teammate, and he goes flying because he got hurt.
Right.
You better keep running.
Well, it should be the rule, even if you're not down there on the play, because it is a fast break. Punch the guy next to you. Somebody's got to get hit.
It should be go hockey rules.
Yeah, exactly. Just everybody start fighting, man. Yeah. How about the school in Pennsylvania? You hear what the recourse is for the school shooters going on?
What?
They have 5-gallon buckets full of rocks. They're going to throw rocks at them. You seen that?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know that's where it was, but I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean...
Well, now that we're going that direction, I was debating on whether we should go this direction or not. But I'm sure you're aware, the big protests that was going on. Pretty sure it was nationwide yesterday. Kids, leave it... Because the parents and the adults won't do it, so we're going to leave it to our kids, and they're protesting gun rights and restrictions, and you and I we've talked about this, and we talk about bullying, and we talk about punching someone in the face because they deserve it and stuff like that.
Yes,
we're out there protesting and saying we need tighter restrictions on guns, but what happens to the? So let's say we take away all the guns. What happens to the crazy kid that we can't bully anymore, and now he goes off, and now like the guy in, where was it, Jersey or something, they just start sending bombs to people. Like
that was in Austin.
Austin, sorry, yeah. So yeah. He's even putting tripwires out with bombs. Like, you think that your cute little march is going to stop the kid from going batshit crazy? Like, our priorities are backwards here.
I saw something. It said something to the effect of, there's all these school shootings, so they want to take guns. There's all these rapes, so I'm going to chop my dick off. You know what I mean? and the one that gets me is this. Murder has been illegal. Always been illegal.
Always.
So getting rid of these guns is not going to do it, man.
Well, but...
and raising the limit to 21. I don't know about you, but I was drinking long before 21.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not going to fix it either.
And are all of our shooters that have done these, are they all of age to buy them legally? Are they all obtaining them illegally? Even the Vegas dude, I mean, yeah, I get it, but man, that dude was just flat crazy. Who's to say we wasn't going to sit and huck bombs out the damn windows, It's just, I think we're putting the emphasis in the wrong place here, and arming them with rocks, okay, that's something, I suppose.
It's a losing battle is what it is. So my thing is this, man. I think it all started where you couldn't, and you alluded to this earlier, you can't punch people in the fucking mouth no more.
Nope.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. You ever say something to somebody? You play sports. You ever say or do something and somebody just fucking hit you or push you down and you're like, oh shit, as you're falling down or as you're grabbing your face, maybe I shouldn't say that again. Yeah. Now, whether or not you retaliated and got the best of them or they got the best of you, you realize what you said or did was wrong. But you got these fucking people, right? They're jerking off in cake batter. They're eating, hair clippings. They're biting their toenails off as opposed to trimming. They're just fucking crazy. And everybody just looks at them and goes, oh, you can't tell him he's crazy. That's the way he does stuff. He always bites his toenails. He always sticks a plunger up his ass. He always brushes his teeth with fucking borax. You know what I mean? But if you have fucking people that say, yo, man, what you're doing is fucking crazy. Knock that shit off. It's checks and balance. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that. You can't say, hey, you're crazy. Hey, stop that shit. Hey, that's fucking weird. Because it's shaming everybody, and here's where we are. So you got these motherfuckers that are crazy, been crazy forever. Nobody's ever told them they're crazy. And like, oh, I'm going to play a real-life video game, and I'm going to go shoot these people. Is that a crazy thought? Nah. Nothing else that I've done is crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with this shit, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Good for you for marching and standing up for whatever it is you think you believe in, but at the same time, like, fix the issue where the issue lies. Let's just I guess it empowers kids, and now we're gonna keep walking out of schools because that's awesome. You'll get there one day. You know what? And it brings me. I don't know why it brings me to this, but there's this other trend that I see on the TV. Have you ever lip synced?
Yeah.
How much talent does that take?
0. Just know the song.
Why do we have shows that
There's
have
a lip syncing show?
battles? Yeah. You know who runs it? Your boy, LL Cool J.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a lip sync.
Why is he doing that?
Well, it makes money. Number one.
Oh, there you go.
Number two, it's ridiculous. Well, I see these words I can't say. It's so stupid. You're lip syncing.
Tripping over yourself again, but I think the listeners call it a mind fart, right?
Yeah. Well, still, we have lip sync battles because a bunch of no talented idiots. You know that probably comes from that rock band game, whatever, Guitar Hero game. Oh, I'm such a badass guitar. No, you're pushing a button on a game, buddy.
Hey, wait a minute. I played that Guitar Hero shit about 2 weeks ago. That shit's harder than it fucking looks. Those drums were kicking my ass. Drum players, I'm telling you, they cannot be fat drummers, man.
No, that'll work. That'll give you work.
I was sweating my ass off trying to play these fake-ass drums, man. That shit is hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Playing drums, playing guitar, singing, for hell's sakes, I can't sing for shit. And all of that is hard. But people that claim to have these talents by lip syncing and pushing, 4 buttons on a video game guitar, it's not talent, guys. No. There's your announcement for the week. You're not talented.
Has a sign spinner ever made you go into a store?
Never.
When did these things start? How's that your job? I was at a red light the other day, and the guy spinning a sign. I give him a thumbs up, and he starts dancing even more like I'm going to go into his store and spend $2,000 just because I gave him a thumbs up. How's that attract people? What's going on?
I don't.
With the sign spinner? When did they start? I just looked up. It went from the fucking air dude with you remember the air and the big fucking. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking thing you blow with air. The dancing man, yeah. It went from that now to the sign spinners. and also, there's this one over by my house. It's this mannequin, and somehow she moves.
Yeah, like gyrates or moves in a circle.
Yeah, you've seen that?
Yeah.
And, you always look at that because you want to know who's over there shaking ass, but it's just a mannequin. You're like, oh, you got me again. Then you come home and you're driving back home. Oh, you got me again. Sex sells.
Well, then you see these like the tax places that have people dressed up. If I need taxes done, I'm going to go to where I need taxes done. Just because you have a moron dressed as Uncle Sam or the Statue of Liberty or something.
Statue of Liberty.
That doesn't make me want to go in there. That makes me think, feels kind of cheap. I'm going to go up the block, and
yeah, no shit. It looks shady as hell, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to go in there because of that.
Do you believe in reincarnation? Have I asked you this?
I'm sure we've had this conversation.
Okay, well, we're going to get a little deeper in this conversation. I saw this thing the other day. I got to get the name right, so give me a second so I can find this damn name. Her name is Shanti Devi. Okay? So she was born in India. Excuse me. She was born in India back in, 1920. Okay? 1920. She gets about 10 years old, and she starts telling her family, hey, you're not my real mom, you're not my real sister, I got a kid, I got a husband. Everybody just thinks she's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, this is for real. I got a kid, I got a husband, I need to get out of here. And the mother tries to keep it from the dad. Finally, the dad finds out because the school says something. They're like, your daughter's weird, man. She's at school telling everybody she's got a kid, she's got a husband. Dad finds out. His dad's like, keep that shit on the low. Stop talking about this. And you know how when somebody, you ever had the intention of doing something and somebody tells you not to do it and you're going to do it anyway. You already know that. And you're just kind of like, I got this, whatever. So she's like, yeah, whatever, old man. And she continues doing it. One day she's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to walk back to my other house. Now, she lived in India and the house she was in now with her family is like 300 miles from where she says she grew up. So she starts walking to where she was from before.
Okay.
Family friend finds her and shit, and he's like, "Yo, where you going?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to find my family." He believes her, takes her home, right? Dad's like, yeah, I know she's crazy. He's like, no, you should listen to this little girl. She's like, nah, I'm not listening to her. So the dude that found the little girl contacts the family she says she's from, okay?
Okay.
So a brother of the person she says is her husband, the brother comes in, walks to the house and shit, gets to the house, walks in and is like, hey, I hear you got a little girl that says she was married to my brother. The girl turns the corner and says, yo, your name is, I don't know, Vernon. He's like, oh, shit. Yeah, that is my name. She comes up to him, she's hugging him and shit, right? She's like, yo, I know you. I remember you used to have a crush on me, blah, 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 how so-and-so. And the dude puts it down because he's hugging this little girl, and he did have a crush on the girl that died, right? Okay. He's like, yeah, I did have a crush on her. She's like, yo, is my husband still alive? He's like, yeah, I'll see if I can get him to come, right? So a couple months go by. This dude shows up. He's like, yeah, the husband couldn't make it, but I'm here. I just want to talk to the little girl. Little girl comes down the stairs. She's like, yo, that's my husband. Guess what? It was the husband. The husband came as a trick him. Tried to trick her. She's like, yo, this is my husband. She walks up to him. The husband starts crying and shit. She's like, now remember, this girl's 10 years old. She's talking to a grown man, right? Check this shit out. She's talking to a grown man. The husband's like, yo, this is, he gives her original name. I forget her original name. She's like, hey, let me ask you a question. He says, what? He says, how's our son? Good. She goes, you keep that promise you made to me? He's like, what promise? He goes, no. He goes, which one? She goes, that you never get married. He goes, nah, I got married again. She's like, oh, damn. She goes, did you use that money to do, to donate to something? There was some money and shit that she had. He's like, nah, I used it to pay for your funeral. She's like, oh, okay. Right? So he leaves. He comes back with the little fucking kid. Now she's looking at her kid, who she's only like 5 years older than, right? She's looking at a kid. She plays with the kid and shit. Long story short, right? They figure out that this really is a lady because she takes them back to where the place is and shows them her burial site. And she talks about the day she died.
Damn.
But the whole time, the pops is like, yo, fuck this. This ain't right. And she's like, yo, old man, I'm telling you. I told you weren't my father. I told you I had another life. Yo, it's a trip, man. It's a trip. It's like, it's one of these, what are those unsolved things where they're delving into it and trying to figure it out. She never remarried because her husband, in her mind, was still her husband. Now, even though he, went off to the side and got married. But then they had this other case here of the dude, the little boy, he's 8 years old. He's watching a movie with his father, some old-time movie. Yeah, and he plays some actor. You heard about this one? Uh-huh. He's like, yo, that's me. And Dad's like, what are you talking about? He's, yo, that's me, and I was killed, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, he knew the dude's name. They found the actor and shit. And the guy's talking about the dude's life, talked about the wife, the kids, and all that shit. That's some spooky shit, man.
And he, if I'm remembering right, he wasn't a big-name actor. He was kind of like a second-cast actor, but he knew everything about him. So the information he had to get, like, there's no way this kid could have known that without...
Exactly.
Hey, who's to say? I look at my life now, and I think either I was a badass then, and so I'm mediocre now, or I was mediocre and I just stayed. I can't decide. Either way, I can't remember, so it doesn't matter.
Yo, man, but, you can't make shit like that up to the point where you're pointing shit out and being like, yo, that's so-and-so, this is so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, I wonder why, for like the Shanti, what I say her name was, Devi or something? Mm-hmm. Why hers, she lucked up where she was in the same continent, just like the little kid that pointed and said, yo, that's me acting. Right. That was both in America, so you're able to track it down. I wonder, just how that works out, man. It's just, it just makes you think about shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it's possible because, you hear stories about it. And if you look it up, because I went on this spree once, and we all know how I look up bizarre shit on the internet.
At least the shit you can talk about.
Right, yeah. I can talk about the other. I just don't want to offend everybody.
You're right, you care.
But there's enough stories out there, man. There's got to be something to it. Either that or there's some brilliant con artists, which we know there's those out there, too.
Yeah, but the kid, obviously I wasn't standing there when the kid said the shit, so maybe the coach, who knows? But there's something to that. Like who was that emailed us Jr. says about the snowflakes. Like we say about the snowflakes. You know what I mean? There's just only so many certain ways you can do and see shit, man.
Right.
So maybe there's something to it, man.
Yeah, just like I believe that there's another version of me out there, because there's no way you could just, like, there's probably been multiple versions of me physically
over time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you can't have that many. It's like the snowflakes. We've hashed this out. You can't have every snowflake is an individual. It's impossible. There's so
fuck that.
I've been watching over the last week the snow, and that's impossible. There's that much snow out there. There's no way.
Snow over that much time.
Yeah, it's impossible. But they have no way to say it, so they say, well, there's no two are alike. Well, you don't know. Plus, besides, when you catch it, it melts anyway. So what the hell do you know?
Plus, they fucking feed us all this bullshit. I'm watching the fucking news the other day. You know what they says? They says on the fucking nightly news, they say, every 17 minutes, someone is injured by furniture. They're making it sound like fucking furniture, you know, they got bandanas on and shit, you know, lokes on, and they're riding, man, and they're doing drive-bys and shit. So, because this fucking kid climbed up the fucking dresser, and the top drawer opened up and fell on the kid, right? So now, the lady actually says, this lady actually fucking says, they put warning labels on hot food, they should put warning labels on furniture.
Oh, man.
Thank you for the pause, because I needed you to absorb that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So before you know it, they're going to have warning labels on fucking knives, on fucking hot water, on bricks. You know what I mean?
Careful,
It only takes once.
No,
it only takes one time.
There's so many things like that. We have to, natural selection, man. Just take warning labels off of every damn thing. And if you can't figure out that a Tide Pod's a Tide Pod and not a candy, that's your own.
You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here, man.
If you can't figure out that when water is steaming, it's probably hot, and you want to touch it, that's your own damn fault.
It was only 210 degrees. I don't know why it burned me.
Yeah.
Dumb fucks.
God, it's tough, man.
What do you think about cops and cowboy hats, man?
Me personally, I'm not a cowboy hat fan. Like the Stetson look. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. I like hats. Cowboy hat, but putting a cop in a cowboy hat to me feels kind of old-fashioned, old Western.
Yeah, it seems like an old-fashioned. It seems like an old-fashioned ass kicking's coming your way. Right. You watch Dateline and you see that shit in Texas, and those motherfuckers have those cowboy hats on. It doesn't look like somebody you want to fuck with to me, man.
Yeah, and that, you know, they probably still roll that way a little bit to some degree.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, now we can't bully anyone, can't offend anybody. We have to treat everybody, have to pamper everybody. So I'm sure that they have to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, you throw a cowboy hat on one, and I'm just like, oh damn!
It looks like you're about to get fucking beat, man.
Those are old rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. They stopped paying attention to the news probably 1982. Like, yo, fuck this, I'm doing it my way. All right? Yeah, I just watched them. Them guys just stand there, man. They're always these tall fucking dudes, and they just look hardened, man.
Yeah.
You know? They're the one, yo, you see the fucking person, everybody's surprised because somebody got killed by somebody in a driverless car or the car that drives themselves or autopilot car. You hear about this shit?
Yeah.
Hey, where's the shock?
There shouldn't be any. You put a car out there with nobody in it, and just said go. Now I get that technology's come a long way, but for hell's sake,
I'm not trusting that technology.
But for hell's sakes, man, I've watched The Matrix. All right, I know that they're going to take over and take us over and put us in little pods, but I'll be able to do some magical shit. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you
take me out of that Matrix.
Yo, all right. Check this out, Wood. Now you know as well as I know. Next week's Easter.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a little something special for next week.
I'm gonna pause you real quick.
Go ahead.
Real fast. It just thought just came to my mind. I want you to take notice, and everybody else out there, take notice. So Christmas, right? Big deal. Usually presents. People celebrate Christmas. They give whether you call it Christmas or the holidays, because we're sensitive. Okay. You give lots of presents and all this shit.
Right.
I've noticed a trend over the last, 5-6 years. Easter has become mini Christmas. I want our listeners out there to pay attention to this. If I'm off and I function in the wrong circles, let me know. But it, to me, has become a trend that Easter now is mini Christmas. So kids are getting like a quarter, maybe a half of what they get at Christmas. So they're having like 2 Christmases. It's bullshit.
Okay, well, in the hood, Easter, I mean, you want it. So here's what you got, okay? You got school clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because school started in September. Then my birthday, luckily enough, was in October, and I might get a toy and like maybe a pair of pants.
Right.
Then for Christmas, that's when you got your underwear, your socks, you get a toy, and you might get a couple of shirts.
Right.
Then I had to make it all the way to Easter where I got the Easter suit and then I got some play clothes. So Easter for me has always been a mini Christmas. That was like a place I had to make it to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't grow. I couldn't grow. Right?
This set of clothes has to make it to that set of clothes.
I couldn't grow after Easter, man, because I had to make it school clothes for the next year. Because those school clothes that I just wore were now my play clothes outside. You know what I mean? So Mom she'd either take the cuff out of them or cut the pants, but, yeah, too tight shirt, whatever the case. So, no, Easter's always been a mini Christmas for my ass, man. That was when I was going to get my little suit that I could wear, 3 or 4 times before I grew, man. But with that, we're gonna do a little something special next week with Easter, man. So for me, it's not gonna be hard, but it's gonna be interesting. But let me just tell you guys this: next week's show is gonna be a show that I know some of you guys sneak and listen to this show. I know you listen to it when you're in the car by yourself. You don't got your wife that don't like to fuck any other way but face to face. You don't let your husband, who doesn't take his fucking T-shirt off when he fucks, or he wears a T-shirt in the swimming pool. Yeah, he'll be able to listen to it next week, and so will she. So, just keep it in mind. But I just need to get a few things out of my system right now. Motherfucker, bitch-ass shit, cocko, shit-ass snot bubble. Fucking bitch asshole mother bitch. There we go.
Don't forget, cunt.
My man. With that, Wood, is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying. All right, guys. We talked about it at the beginning. I'm just going to tell you guys again because I know you want them. Hit us up. You can even email us at SoWhutChuSayin@gmail.com. Let's get these shot glasses out there. Let us share the love with you, if you will.
Sip it up.
That's right, man. Snaggles is waiting to become famous. So,
well, you can even play a drinking game. Every time his brain malfunctions and he just has that pause for longer than 2 seconds, take a shot.
Yeah.
Don't take a shot every time I say motherfucker or fuck, because you'll be drunk and you get into the show probably 5 minutes before you pass out. Pick something else with me. I don't know what other idiosyncrasies I have, but pick something else. Shoot it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And wait. I
said that wrong.
Yeah, you
Don't
did.
shoot it up.
Take some shots.
Don't shoot it up. Take a shot. They'll be like, yo, so what you saying told me to do this. I need an ambulance. Oh shit, he's like, yo, my wife is sucking dick so she can listen to So What You Saying. What's wrong with those guys?
No more missionary for us.
Yeah, she's off the hook now. Oh yeah, don't shoot it up. Take a shot. That's what I meant.
Take a shot, guys. Go to our website. Go to our Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We'll get them to you, but you got to reach out. So, on that, Keith, it's always a pleasure.
We out.
We're all down with the Happy Hands Club. Take a sledge off a really sweet jump. You got skills like the D. Take your weak skills and just leave. You know your moonboots are fat, but you know dang well you can't dance like that.
Who's the only one here who knows the illegal ninja moves from the government? Ugh.
Like, what are my skills?
What?
Yes.
Why did you go eat into quote a piece of crap?
Freaking idiot.
Get off my property or I'll call the cops on you. I don't feel very good.
Sweet.